Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video from InsideWire. This is part 2 of the Unifi Access Series. In this part I will be installing the hub, the two readers, both Lite and Pro, a magnetic door lock and also a push to exit button on my makeshift door. In part 1 we unboxed the Unifi Access and went through the quick start guide to see what products we would need to get this set up. If you missed that, there's a link popping up on the screen now. Feel free to check it out. Just a disclaimer in this video, the cabling I have used is not compliant to any standard. It is used merely just for demonstration purposes. So please do not copy the way I have cabled it up. Please refer to your local standards wherever you may be throughout the world to be compliant with regulations and standards. But before we get started, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. All products used in this video are in the description below. A side note, these are linked to my Amazon affiliate, but they don't cost you a penny more, so feel free to use them. If there's something more you'd like to see specifically, please drop me a comment in the section below and I'll see what I can do. Let's get started. So here is my makeshift door. It's got a couple of hinges on the side, it opens and closes. It resembles as close to a door as I can make fairly quickly. We have a couple of bits on the side here to mount the readers and the push to exit button, and we'll be mounting the magnetic lock just up here. There's a bit of wood on the side for me here to mount the hub on, so I'll be mounting that first, then we'll do the magnetic lock, then we'll do the two readers, and then we'll connect it all up to the hub itself. So to start with, the first thing we're going to mount is the hub itself. That's just going to sit just here basically. It's going to have a little DIN rail, so let's just mount this, just trying to keep that as real life as possible. I think even one screw will be fine for now, but okay. So how that sits is there's a little clip on the back here that just sits on top. And then what you do is there's a little pull lever at the bottom and that goes on, and there you go, that's sat on there perfectly fine. So the second bit we're going to install is the maglock. So the maglock here is going to sit just in this top corner just here, and this bit is going to go on the door. I've never actually installed one of these before, so we're learning as we're going along, that's for sure. So I think we need to, if I quickly open this, there's a piece that mounts to the top just here. So I'm going to quickly unscrew this and screw it up. Yeah, there we go, so we can undo this here. So this is actually going to sit up here. Go, that's one. Let's get the second one in. There we go, that's firmly fitted in. I think that'll do for now. So we just need to pop this back on here. Pop that on there, or I think you can probably mount it either way, to be honest, but entirely up to you. We'll put that on here for now anyway. Okay, so that's that part fitted. So now that we have installed this, we just need to make sure the second part fits on this side of the door. So best thing for you to do is just pop your door along, take a pencil and just mark around the maglock, and that will give you a rough position as to where it needs to be. The proper nut is designed for obviously a thick door, which I don't have, so I'm just going to try and make do with something here. So what I need to do is just pop that on there where it would sit probably. Mark the hole. Just need to make a quick hole in the door. Yep, there you go, so that's shutting now, so that's that bit done. So now we've installed the maglock. Next we're going to go on to install the reader on this side. So installing the reader on this side, inside the box you do get a little template that you can just draw around. Okay, it doesn't have to be exact for me because it's just a rough. And then we just need to drill the hole. And as you can see, that is how you make the hole. What we'll do now is we'll take the quick plate, just make sure it fits inside, which it does perfectly, so that's fine. And what we will do then, you just need a small screwdriver to bring it in and just keep tightening that up. And actually at the back it will keep getting smaller. It'll keep getting smaller and smaller, and then that is now, to fix it fully you would put in a little screw at the top, so we'll do that now. A screw's at the top, so that's fairly rigid now, that's not going anywhere. And we would just clip this inside. Just like that. So we've installed the reader on the other side, so we're going to install the other reader this side. So again, I'm using the back plate as a template for this one. So I'm actually going to install two on this side because I want one reader and one push to exit button. So we just draw that around, get a rough idea for that. And also this is going to be the push to exit button, so we know approximately it's going to be around about there to give us a rough idea. So I'm just going to drill these holes. Now we just need to put the plate on. That is one. Okay, so that's one on there, and if we pop this on as well, I think that can go just there. So there we have it. So we have our magnetic lock in here, we have the reader light, we have a push to exit button, we have the Access Reader Pro on the back, and we have our Access Hub just here. So what I'm going to show you now is how to cable it all up. So we'll start by wiring up the push button, push to release button. There doesn't actually seem to be a plus or minus on this, there's just two. I'll show you that a little bit closer so that's focused a little bit. I think you can just, there's two holes basically in here which we can just feed the cables in. We'll find out very quickly if they are wrong anyway. So that's fed in on that side, so we can pop that back in, and we can also, just at this point, the maglock itself is just here. It has a black and white cable on it, black and red cable, sorry. So what I'm going to use are a couple of clips to connect these together. So I'm going to put one into brown, one into blue. Now I know these aren't the right cabling standards. This is just a test demo. Please do not copy this cabling exact because I know it's not correct. I'm just using it for the time being. So we'll put red into brown, and then we'll put black into blue. Okay, so then they're connected. So now we'll flip this over. We'll connect it now into the hub itself. So this is the cable for our release button. So that needs to go into REL. And you'll see once it's made contact, it's not going to come out, and your button is recessed. It's gone in, so it doesn't actually stay out. So it does give you an indication that it has clipped in. And then we're going to put the minus on this side. So you can see neither of those are coming out. And then we have the same cable here for the mag release, for the maglock, sorry. That is going to go into our powered one. So the plus, which is the brown, is going to go into the NC port, so normally closed. So I'm doing this blind, I can't actually see that side, but hey, that's gone in there. And the blue, which is the black cable, goes into the common port. So let's just make sure that goes in. Okay, there we go. So those two have gone in, and that's powered up. So what we need to do now is 2 network cables, one for the UA Lite and one for the UA Pro, and I'm going to plug a camera into the third one. And then once we plug those in, we'll go ahead and power up our unit itself. So the black cable has been plugged into my light reader on this side. We have the UA Pro reader on this side. So what I'm going to do is just feed this cable round and through. And like I said, the PoE port on the back, let's plug that straight in and feed it in. So that's that one set up. So we have the light reader plugged in, the Pro reader plugged in. Now I've actually got a camera as well that I want to plug in, so we can plug that one in here. And then now, the way I see this, so we have all 3 light reader, Pro reader and camera plugged in. We have our push to release button, and we have our magnetic lock as well. So what I'm going to do next is plug the power in and let's see what it does. So I have my cable now from the switch, so I'm going to plug this in, and that looks to be a good start, I think, with some lights. So I can see the UA Pro reader is initializing. And if we have a look on the other side, you can see the reader light is also flashing white while that initializes. So I just wanted to give you a quick demo here without any configuration set up. So I've just shut the maglock, and you can see I'm not going to be able to get that open. There's nothing getting that open without a decent amount of force. But if I push this button, you can see that releases straight away, which is good news. So that seems to be working. So we just close the door, and you can see that's shut again. So that works without any configuration whatsoever, which is really good. On here it says the UA Pro has not been set up yet, but you can see it does show you a quick image on the screen itself. Subscribe to my channel and be notified to join me for part 3, where we dive into the UniFi Access Controller software. Within the software, we will see what we can configure and also how we set up the UniFi Access cards. As you probably saw in my first video, I did buy a PoE++ injector, as that's what UniFi Access states it needs. However, I plugged this straight into my 24-port Gen 1 switch, which is just PoE+, and it seems to work perfectly fine. However, that being said, products I was powering was only the magnetic door lock. Perhaps the more you add, the more power you need, therefore the requirement for PoE++. For example, it could be something like a motion sensor. I hope you found this information useful. I've dropped all the links in the description below, so feel free to check them out. Again, they are linked to my Amazon affiliate. If you've enjoyed this video, please do hit the like button. This is InsideWire, and I'll see you in the next one.